Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. Welcome to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by you know who, the Buffalo Fanatics. Welcome, folks. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend, especially after a big Bills win against the big bad kitty cat Lions. Folks, we are back at it again with a rejuvenated Bills team. Sparks and good vibes are circulating these Bills. I mean, left, right, center, you got national media talking about these Bills are for real. And we've always known that this team is for real, especially when you got Josh Allen behind center. But I gotta say, it feels good that people are recognizing this team for what we truly are. I mean, it's crazy because you hear folks talk about, oh man, these Bills, they might be the best team. We've known that. We've known they've been that team. It's just that there are moments where we have a lapse in play and just things don't go our way. And you're like, what? This is not the team I know we can be. And the crazy thing is, we're not even like playing at peak level overall. But thank goodness this offense is doing what they're doing. They're ready to break a record come this Sunday against the New England Patriots. Now, I got beef. All right, let me say this with my chest real quick. It's nothing big. You know what I mean? It might be unpopular, but I gotta say it. I got something to say. And I feel some of y'all might feel the same way I do. And folks, it's just one of those things. I gotta say it with my chest. Let me say my chest. And it's not crazy. It's not breaking news or nothing like that. You know what I mean? We've gone a stretch of games where we've had night games, primetime games. You know what I mean? We've been under the bright lights. Give us a break to play a 1 p.m. game, NFL. Y'all didn't have to flex this game. It's the Patriots. Y'all did not have to flex this game. Let us enjoy an afternoon game and then get on with our Sunday. We got to wait, wash the trash at 1 p.m. Then we got to wait for elite teams like myself. Play the Patriots. I'm not even trying to downplay the Patriots. It has nothing to do with the Patriots. Let us enjoy the rest of our Sunday in peace. Now we got to watch a game at 4 o'clock, 4:30, disrupting the middle of the day. And then now, even for content creators, now we into the wee of the night. You know what I'm saying? Celebrating. Fam, let us have a 1 p.m. game. Leave us alone. Next thing you know, you're going to flex the Jets game. And then you're going to flex the last game of the season. Folks, we tired. We are tired. Let us enjoy a 1 p.m. game. Gone are the days where we used to, all right, 1 p.m. We know what time it is, man. 1 p.m. And that one primetime game that the league would grant us, even though we weren't deserving of it, the one game that they grant us, we put all our marbles in that basket because we're like that one game. Now we sitting here, primetime here, 4 p.m. game here, all that. Hey, calmate. Take it easy, man. Give us a little reprieve. Dude, we entertaining the whole league. We've been entertaining the whole league, man. We took down the Chiefs. We take down the Lions, man. Give us a little bit of a break. Golly, man. I mean, I love that we get in the spotlight. Am I tripping? If I'm tripping, yo, listen, let me have it. Let me have it in the chat. But from what I gather in the chat, y'all are feeling what I'm saying. I mean, it is respect to get a game flexed because, that's what people want to see. But, fam, we tired. Bills Mafia's tired, all right? Let us have a 1 p.m. game for crying out loud where we can come out of church, you know what I mean? Get a good word from the pastor, come home, flick on the old game, you know what I mean? Put the surround sound on, get the bag of chips or whatever beer you drink or whatever, you know what I mean? Get the wings in the smoker. I mean, it allows us to prep. 4 p.m., 4:30. West Coast team. That's West Coast stuff, bro. Now we sitting playing the Patriots at 4:30. Oh, anyway, I had to get that off my chest, man. I had to get that off my chest. I was fine. I apologize. Anyway, let me get back. Let me get back to the show, man. If you guys are enjoying the show, do me a favor, smash that like for your boy. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Go, fam. The subscribers are getting up. They're getting up there now. And we've been preaching, me, Z, Bob, Pierre, my man Bobby, we've been preaching. Yo, help us get to 30K. You know what I mean? It's not easy. It's not easy to get to 30K, man. I see all these other channels are, you know what I mean, doing their work. We doing work too, but let it reflect in the followership, huh? Do your boy a favor, do me that. Do me that. Hey, by the way, Christmas is around the corner, folks. Christmas is around the corner. Do not disappoint. Get yourself your division champ tees and hoodies. They're there. They got the beautiful royal blue. You got that. You got the black color. Listen, the Lake Effect lateral. This is a conversation piece. People walk around and say, yo, what is that? You don't remember when Josh Allen did? Oh, yeah. Where'd you get that? Buffalo Fanatics, support BF.com. It's that simple, baby. It's that simple. Now, I got a quick story for you before we get into Bill's content. So, as you may know, my daughter is here visiting for Christmas. She is pre-law. Can we say that? Pre-law student? Oof, feels good to say it. So the daughter's going to she's going to law school, so she's here hanging out, taking a little breather. She's in her 4th year of university, and she's here for Christmas. And so I'm in that mode of dropping dad gems. You know what I mean? Listen, I don't even know who I am sometimes when I'm dropping these gems. I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm dadding right now, right? Anyway, so we're in the mall, and we're just, finishing up and getting some few things for Christmas and so on and so forth. And here I am in my dad mode. Before I get into Bill's talk, let me get into this, right? I get into my dad mode, and we chatting, and I say, listen, man, when the older you get, the way you dress is going to change. So you got to now start thinking more corporate because, you're going to be big time lawyer. So your gear has got to change, right? And when your gear changes, certain things that you wear become a conversation piece, right? It might be somebody walking by. Like today, I'm wearing my sweater that I got online. I don't know where I got it. Don't ask me, but I saw it and I had to have it. And people were like, yo, that's cool, man. Where'd you get that? And this conversation being had and so on and so forth, right? Anyway, long story short, I start telling her that. I'm like my lanyard. I had a Bills lanyard. I'm like, this is a conversation piece, right? You got to represent that you're a Bills fan. And somebody might see that and say, hey, man, I see a Bills fan. Yo, let's chat. I meet somebody today by looking at my lanyard, and I look at my daughter. I'm like, conversation piece. Like I told you, tapped me on the shoulder. Shout out to my guy, Mike Kennedy. I met you today at the store. I can't say the store because my daughter, sometimes they watch this stream and they're going to know where the heck I was shopping for them anyway. So long story short, we start talking. He's a ticket holder. He's a season ticket holder. He's like, I got 4 seats. I don't go to all the games. Yo, we in Nova Scotia. I was like, yo, run me your number. Let's talk. I was like, you follow social media? He's like, yeah, I do. I was like, yo, listen, Buffalo Fanatics. He's like, hold on. All right, let me run that through. He's like, yo, take my number. If I don't go to these games, boom, you got it. And then we start talking about, hold on, what about that new stadium that's coming out? Fam, this new stadium is going to make people go broke. From what this man was telling me, I didn't really understand how expensive. I'm not going to say how expensive because it's beyond expensive. You know what I mean? That's for rich folk. I don't know if you know what city you guys are in. Buffalo ain't, you know what I mean? I mean, no disrespect to Buffalo, but Buffalo ain't like, you know what I mean? Everybody's caking out there unless I'm completely off base. Bro, you're going to put a stadium like that and you're going to ask all of you to give out all that money? That's insanity to me. Like, Pagula, what you thinking, bro? Anyway, neither here nor there. Conversation piece, Bills fans reuniting, saying what's up, having conversation. You love to see it. You love to see it. So shout out to my guy, Mike Kennedy. Good cat. We're going to link up, I'm sure, at one point. And if you're watching it or you're getting the playback, salute to you, my man. Anyway, let's get into my man said, yo, he can't wait for the new stadium. You're going to be watching from your TV. With the prices I've been hearing about these things, this is insanity. Insanity. My man said, do we honestly need a new one? I mean, shoot. Yes, we do. Absolutely. No, what's insanity is for you to keep babbling to get to the point. Jason Dub, you can, the Christian man in me said, nah, let me chill out. Let me chill out because you must be new here, Jason Dub. You must be new here. So I'm going to be polite. and I'm going to chill. Because, you know, I mean, the brother wanted to come out of me, but I was like, nah, let me be a Bills fan and be polite. So I'm going to chill. I'm going to let the chat get your ass. Anyway, folks, welcome to the show. Let's get into it. We just had a huge game against the Detroit Lions. Yes, the Detroit Lions are beat up. Guess what? So are the Bills. The Bills are beat up too. We're out 2 of our starting safeties. We're out Rasul Douglas. We have I don't want to say limping per se, but at the moment, probably a limping outside linebacker, in Matt Milano. We were beat up too. Evident of what you saw the score being. Both teams putting over 40 points. Absolutely insanity to me. But here we are. Resilient team, putting things together, get things done quickly, and getting things done efficiently on offense, because offense was the story of the weekend. How Josh Allen has absolutely taken over media. And you love to see it. Josh Allen, if he isn't your clear-cut number one guy, MVP, don't know what to say. But the beautiful thing about it is we as Bills Mafia don't need to jump in and tell people anymore. The man's play on the field is proving just that. It's right now, hoopers know what this means. Josh Allen is absolutely hooping right now. The basket is this big. That boy shoot, it's splash. He's a splash brother. You might as well call that brother a splash brother, because he is just splashing everywhere. Left, right. Listen, he had multiple big throws in this game. But the 2 that stand out to me, that's been circulating all over the internet, is the one where he's rolling out to his left, fires it to his right off of an angle, on the money, on a rope, to James Cook. I mean, not many guys in the league can do that, and you're right. There's not many. A lot can. But at the speed that he was going at, apparently he was going at 60 miles an hour. Going to his left and throwing right back to his right. What a throw. But one of the throws that really intrigues me, that I was really impressed by, not because of the way he throws the football or how accurate he is, it's he made a throw on a crucial down and distance. I think it was 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3, if I'm not correct, if I'm corrected, right? The pass down the left sideline to my man Dalton Kincaid. What a touch pass! What a money ball! In the time that he did it, the how he dropped it in the bucket, and to make matters even colder, Dalton Kincaid gets up. He goes, "I got your ass. I got your ass. Oh, by the way, first down." Ooh, you can't. Listen, that you could have asked for a better sequence, man. And when Dalton's on the field, Dawson's making plays, the whole offense is doing it, and you're doing it without getting your best receiver potentially and Amari Cooper involved with no targets. Bro, he on something, man. He on something. Josh Allen is doing it right now, and he deserves all the credit for it. And you just hope that the league understands, and those that vote, they know what to do with that vote. And don't just vote because it's the cool thing to do when you're trying to take away a vote from somebody else. Vote because he is that dude. You got 3 games left. He just has to coast and do what he does. And that award should be headed to him on a silver platter. Big shout out to Josh. He's doing his damn thing. Now, I get into this because I want to get into the good, the bad, the ugly, right? The good, the bad, the ugly. I just pretty much put on a plate how crazy, how great Josh Allen's been. But there's other people that were solid in this game against the Lions. And I mean, listen, I think we both know where we're going with this. He's one that has been scrutinized heavily, not just by myself, but by a whole lot of folk. And that's Edward Oliver. This guy right here, Ed Oliver, What a game to show up. What a game to show up. This guy was absolutely unbelievable. But don't let me tell you that. You got to see it for yourself. Hold on. Let me just kind of zoom in. There we go. Let me zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see it. We had the PFF grades come out. And your boy Ed, alongside a few others, were absolutely on the money today. I got to see if I got the right one. Here we go. Ed Oliver had a grade of 90.3. This guy was absolutely sensational. 42 dropbacks. This guy was pressuring at a 22%, almost a 23% rate. Absolutely bananas. This Ed Oliver that showed up for this game, I'll tell you, man, if this was the spark that he needed to light this fire for the remainder of the season and into the post game, what a game to choose to show up. What a game to choose to take yourself off the milk carton. Because we all know this man has been the king of being on the milk carton. And I couldn't be happier to be the one to say, you know what? Milk carton no more for my guy, Ed Oliver. He was that nice. And what a difference it makes when your defensive interior is creating pressure. Your defensive interior is getting after it. And you'll love to see it. Not only was Ed Oliver active and busy against these Detroit Lions, he elevates everyone else. Everyone else, feeds off of that, right? Daquan Jones was another. And now we're gonna talk about Ed Oliver in more depth, but I got to talk about these guys that were great today in the game against these Lions. Look at this. Dorian Williams had a 63.1 grade. We're going to talk a little bit about that with my man Dorian Williams. Keep going. Look at my man Kyrie Elam getting in there, doing some work. I know he's got a lot of hate, a lot of criticism, and a lot of question marks. Really, at the end of the day, I think we're asking a lot of questions like, yo, how come he's not able to X? Or why hasn't he been able to? And when he does get his opportunity, he shows up in a positive way. You'll love to see it. Look at this. Kareem Jackson has been on the sideline all season long. He comes in and gets himself into the grade system. You got to love what you saw. It was as if Sean McDermott and Bobby Babbage, he came in and just tested these boys and challenged them. And they came through. Daquan Jones graded at a 77.4. When you have Daquan and you have Ed Oliver playing at a high and efficient level, this team can be hard to stop. When we're healthy and we have the guys that we need on the field, it can be very difficult to stop. So you love to see it. Congratulations to those boys coming in and stepping up. Because when your number's called and you're cold and you got to come in and just jump into the fire, they did that. Shout out to Kareem Jackson. Hasn't played a damn snap all year. He comes in, handles business. Love to see it. Great job, Ed. Great job, everybody on that D. I understand. This team should be scrutinized defensively for allowing another 40-point game. I get it. Now, that Rams game, I put it behind me, but it's hard to when you have a back-to-back game of 40-plus points put on you. It's hard. It's tough to, because you mentioned the 40-point game against the Detroit Lions. You got no choice but to go back to the Rams and say, man, the Rams did the same thing. What the heck? What's going on? But I got to say, when there's time to reflect on the game and watch a couple more, clips of people posting stuff and giving different perspectives and you kind of watching the game all over again, you kind of see, you know what? Although it was a high-scoring game, but there was a point at this game where the Bills looked like they were in control. Defense was playing good ball. Offense was playing phenomenal. There was only one direction the Lions could go, and that was up. We know and we knew they could put points on the board. The real question was, how quickly can the Bills start how quickly can the Bills get a spark, and how quick can we put points on the board? And we got those two things off the bat, right off the rip. Defense came out strong, defending the run, stopping the run, getting in there, not even allowing them to sniff any big yardage. And Josh Allen went to work. Quick 14 points, boom, on the board. And sometimes that's all that matters, and that's all you need. Just give Josh a little bit, and he'll take you over the board for the rest. And that's exactly what happened. It was a shootout. It was back and forth. Obviously, the decision to onside kick could have, may have, changed the whole landscape of the game. But that's why decisions like that are made. Some are made with success, and some come with failure. In this case, Dan Campbell tried his luck, didn't work out. But what I do want to lament on is how fantastic the interior line played, more specifically Ed Oliver and DaQuan Jones. You guys did it. Greg Rousseau was in there as well. He had 9 pressures, just the same as Ed Oliver. We're talking about how great Ed Oliver was. Greg Rousseau did the same thing. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. My man Orion says, Rico, what's your opinion on the jerseys we're showcasing on Sunday? I personally think they're clean. Golly. Side note, those jerseys that we're going to be bringing onto that field, I'm a big fan of the white on white jerseys. But I'm going to tell you, man, these red on whites, nasty. These red on whites are absolutely nasty. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. Yo, those things are clean, super clean. And I feel like the Bills should do that more often. Like, stop giving us and I'm not complaining because I think our uniforms are one of the cleanest in the game. But when you give us something like this, bro, open it up. You know what I mean? I'm looking for the alternate black on black. I don't know if you're ever going to give us the black on black. I would love a black on black jersey, right? The black pants, black, and a little bit of blue, a little bit of red. Why not? Why not? That would be clean. Just take a look at the hat. Yo, wouldn't you like to see an alternate version of this on the field? Josh Allen leading the way? Well, that'd be nasty. So big shout out. Love what the PR team has put together. Love to see it. Love to see it. Now, I got to keep up with the good. I got to give big shout out to the running back room. The running back room was absolutely sensational. Specifically, Ty Johnson. What an opportunity that he took by the horns. Took the bull by the horns and handled business. Opportunities were given, and he seized on every opportunity that he was given, making him such a reliable piece, making him a piece that can be trusted if the unfortunate were to ever happen. We don't have to go look elsewhere. We have it right here in our backfield. Ty Johnson was sensational. He was great. James Cook was freaking phenomenal. That boy was awesome. He was cutting and jagging. Bro, these boys knew what was at stake. And let me tell you something, man. If you're a competitor and all you hear about is Sonic and Knuckles and this, that, and the third and all that business, and this is the best tandem in the league, bro, Buffalo and that backfield was like, yo, hold on, pause for a second. Yo, hold my beer real quick. Let me show y'all something. Let me show you guys a little something that what we got over here. And it was evident in this Lions game. I love what the Lions have. It's unfortunate that Montgomery got hurt. I think he tore an MCL, which really blows for that squad. These guys just keep falling. Ali McNeil, another one, down. You hate to see it. You really do hate to see it. But that's just the nature of the game. But to stick back to the running back room, yo, these boys were on fire. These boys handled business. They were excellent. You love to see what these boys were up to. Let's go to the receiver room. I mean, this whole offense was great. The receiver room was fantastic. Khalil Shakir did his thing. It wasn't a big statistical game, but he was effective. He did what needed to be done. You'll love to see it. And lastly, I got to talk about this O-line. 4 consecutive games where you keep Josh Allen clean. Jersey white. Not, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of bumps and bruises here and there, but intact. This O-line, we had a lot of questions this year about the O-line. We weren't sure. Mitch Moore's leaving. What are we going to do? McGovern said he's naturally ready to take on the position at the center position. Is he? David Edwards, what are we going to do? I don't know. This O-line has been stout. This O-line, this chemistry these guys have on the line, they have been protecting the heck out of Josh. And they take great pride in it. And it's evident. It's 4 games. 4 games. And you keeping your quarterback clean? Yo, much love to this O-line, man. O-line is making everything work. How long have we been asking to build up the O-line? You have such a gem in Josh. Josh is running for his life. We need to protect Josh at all costs. And that's exactly what this O-line is doing. What a group. And not only that, you got to give a shout out to the depth of this group. Ryan Vandermark was able to step in for Spencer Brown, right? Alec Anderson able to come in and go big, jumbo, and run the heck of that ball. Gotta love what we have on that line. Gotta love it. Big shout out to the Bills. They understand what's good. Protect Josh at all costs, and that's exactly what's taking place. You'll love to see it. So big shout out to that. Got to keep it rolling. Let's go over to the defense, because this will tie into when we go to the bad and the ugly, right? We go over to the defense, and you look at all the injuries that took place in this game. On top of that, you're going up against the number 1 offense in the game. And I say close because, I feel like the Bills are the number 1, but statistics show the Lions are number 1, so you got to give them that credit. I think we're a point difference between the two. Bro, when you look at the injuries that we sustained, and we're still able to somewhat slow down, at least at the beginning, these Detroit Lions, knowing what they have on the offensive side of the ball, completely healthy, knowing who they have as the offensive coordinator. Bro, we did a damn good job of doing everything we can with the replacements that we had on the field. But having Dorian Williams come back in and give some help, having the depth players come in, you got to give credit to the depth players on that defense. They came in cold. They handled business. Kareem Jackson get in there. You got to give a little love to that. Love to see it. Was the defense great? No, not at all. The defense allowed 40 points. Let's call it what it is. But we also have to look at the context of things. These guys they need to do everything possible to keep things going, right? Trick plays here and big plays and missed tackles obviously hurt, which we'll get into. But folks, the depth of this team, give credit to where credit is due. Brandon Beane, although I know he had no choice, he didn't have the money this offseason, but boy, oh boy, did he pick the right pieces for this team. He's picked the right pieces for this team. Koala Bear says, yo, the 500-something yards from Goff is just empty calories. Listen, 500 yards is 500 yards, baby. 500 yards is 500 yards, but we also understand what was at stake there. Could Josh have thrown for a whole bunch of yards? Of course he could have. But he's too busy being a bounced MVP player. You got to love it. You got to love it. So big shout out to the depth of this team. Last but not least, on the offensive side of the ball, and what was great, Joe Brady. Joseph Brady, Jay Brady, JB. What a game he was calling. We talk about how the running back room for the Bills, we're sitting there going, so hold on now. You guys are talking about the knuckles and Sonic and all that on the Detroit Lions run game, and we better watch out. You got almost 2,000. You have a 1,000-yard runner in Jameer Gibbs, and you got Montgomery soon after him, like following almost 800 yards rushing. I get all that. Bro, James Cook had something to say about that. Ty Johnson had something to say about that. Ray Davis had something to say about that. But Joe Brady found the way. He found something in that defense, the weakness in the defense, and exploited it by inserting Ty Johnson to start the spark. And then away we go. Joe Brady it seems as though he's found, he's dug deep into that bag, and now he's in it. You'd love to see it. Because at one point, I was like, oh, my gosh. What's going on? It seems like he's predictable. He's this, that, and the third. And I get it. This is the NFL. People are going to have great game plans for you and so on and so forth. But Joe Brady, this man could play himself into an opportunity to become a head coach. And there are going to be some vacancies. So we'll soon see how this all plays out. But I'll say this, though. How difficult would it be for Joe Brady to walk away from Josh Allen? Oh, that's tough. How do you walk away from that? A great opportunity, money is all that. I get it. But walk away from Josh Allen is a tough deal. Walk away from what this team could do, tough deal. Well, we don't got to do that right now because we got a guy. And we love to see it. So big shout out to Joe Brady. Got to give Joe Brady his love. Let's go to the bat. This one's a tough one. It's a tough one, boys. You want to be able to, show love, and obviously you want to make sure that everything's intact, and you want to be able to show love to everybody. But there's some moments where there's something that stood out to you, and let's call it what it is, man. Allowing 40 plus points twice in a row, it is an issue, right? Yes, we are banged up, but allowing that many points in a game twice is tough. It's tough because now it makes you question, bro, are we going to repeat what has taken place year after year after year after year in the playoffs? Like, can we continue this? We can't, because every single time it's always been the defense letting us down. It's always been. And although this was a great win for the Bills and the offense was great, you can't ignore 500 yards of total offense plus, right? You can't ignore those very things. So it makes you wonder, like, yo, are we going to find our footing? Are we going to match, or at least try to match, what this offense is doing, at least half of what this offense is doing? We got to figure something out. And we have 3 games that'll give us, I don't want to say anything to the nature of a tune-up, because I won't disrespect any NFL team that way. But you have an opportunity you're going against lesser teams. I mean, you saw what the Ravens were able to do to the Giants. Lamar Jackson, 5 touchdown passes. I mean, he killed them. But those are the games you need. You need to do those things. So hopefully these 3 games, this defense can step up and really find their footing so we can head into these playoffs as strong as possible. So and it sucks to kind of jump in and say the defense, but that's what it is, folks. This allowing 50 points is tough. It's tough to sit there and justify and say, oh, I know this team is going to be great. We're going to the playoffs. But it forces you to look at this damn defense. Allowing that many points, it is tough. It is tough. And my man Walter says, for more context, the Lions scored 40 plus in 5 games. Cowboys, Titans, Jags, Seahawks. Understood. Bills. The Bills are the only team to give up 40 despite no turnovers on offense. Oh, that's facts. And that's good context too. It is. But when you look at the totality and you look at the big picture of it, we've got to be a little better on getting these teams off the field. But we went toe-to-toe with a team that we potentially could see again. So this was a lesson learned. Did we get some good things out of this lesson? Absolutely. Right? We got lessons out of that loss that we got against the Rams. That was a tough one to lose. Very tough. And you can see that this defense did not want to have the same issues happen from the Rams game in this previous game. And some might say, well, listen, you let 40 points go on, but that 40 felt a little different. It felt a little different. At least we had these boys punt. At least we had opportunities to receive and give Josh room to maneuver and do what he does. Rams game, well, we were slow from the start. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't make stop. You love to see it. You love to see it. So that to me, the defense overall and allowing that and seeing where can we fix it, I'm sure we will. But allowing 40 points is crazy. It's crazy. In the first half, solid. That's right, James. The first half, the defense was where we like, okay, they obviously understood the assignment. But you can't keep a number 1 offense down for too long. They got some firepower on that side of the football field. And they showed it. They showed it to us. All right. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling, folks. I'll say this, man. And I it pains me to even bring this up, but I mean, it's something that I think is necessary to bring up. And because it's in conversation. And that's the reason why it's to be brought up. When looking at the linebacker room and seeing Matt Milano go down, hate to see it. You hate to see it. And I bring Matt Milano up because I'm looking at the last two games. I'm just making an observation. This ain't poo-pooing on Matt Milano. Please don't think Rico's out here shitting on Matt Milano, but he's come back. But it's been 3 games now. 3 games. The snow game against San Fran, they put him in full bore. Get all the stats. We need you to get in there. Right? Rams game, not a good outing. PFF graded him like a 39 or something of that nature. This game that we just passed, not great as well. Not horrible, but not great. And these last 2 games in dome-like, scenarios that we were in, bro, this is where, we wanted to see the real, true Matt Milano show up and be that guy. I don't know, bro. I don't know if Matt Milano is the same dude. And will he ever go back to the same dude? That's pretty much what I'm trying to come down to. And it's no hate. I know he needs to come back to his senses and we'll give him an opportunity, but we also did the same thing with Trey White. He'll get there. It'll work, but it wasn't ever getting there. It wasn't. No. Then he got moved to the Rams. And now he's on the Ravens. And who knows how much. I mean, I don't pay attention to the Ravens, so I don't know too much. But I will say this. I am blaming anything on Milano because it's a team game. But ever since he's been inserted into the defense, we just haven't looked the same. We haven't. My man Pierre mentioned something today when we were chatting in the DMs and stuff. And he's like, yo, ever since he has come back, you don't really see the splashes of Terrell Bernard. As if Terrell Bernard is like, all right, yo, OG, you here. Go back to the old ways you used to be. Bro, could this be where Bernard comes in and says, yo, I'm that dude now. So I'll make calls. I don't know. This is just me speculating and talking. We're working stuff out, right? But one thing I can say is ever since he's returned, it ain't the same. It ain't the same. And I hope that it's just shaking the rust off. And that's what I want. I want to be proven so terribly wrong. Rico, you're wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But what I'm seeing thus far has been great. And now he's got a groin injury. It could be a week. It could be 2. So what I'm going to be paying attention to now is now that Dorian Williams comes back into the fold, does the defense all of a sudden look like a solid defense again and we ain't allowing big plays? And you know what I mean? So it's something to pay attention to. I'm not talking ish. I'm just looking at it for what it is. And when Dorian Williams did come in, he was solid. Case in point, the PFF grade of a 63. I'm just saying. I want to be proven so wrong. I want Milano, when he does return, because it could be a week, it could be 2. I don't know. Groins are picky. Is it a grade 1 or is it grade 3? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what McDermott has to say about the injuries and so on and so forth. Paying attention. So that being said, Dorian Williams loves what you're doing. Matt Milano, I really hope he comes back to the Matt Milano that we know him to be. And sometimes you just got to shake the rust off, and I get it. You can't come back ready to roll and get to it. I totally get it. But is it hurting the defense? Is it hurting the defense? Somebody says, screw PFF grades. They're dumb. Brock, some might say It's true. Don't pay attention to PFF grades. Just don't. But also look with your eyes. And sometimes the PFF grades do match what your eyes tell you. But I'm not a professional film watcher. I don't go into the film and say, okay, let me break that down and this, that, and the third. I just kind of see it for what it is. I walk back. I'm like, all right, it seems that's not supposed to be where it's supposed to be, but I could be wrong. But that's something I am paying attention to, and I hope things turn around. But Dorian Williams has an opportunity. He's gained a lot of experience while he was in place for Mount Milano. So now he just waits his turn. And sometimes, Debbie said it, sometimes the eyes don't lie. And I got 4 of these bad boys. I'm watching. I'm watching. So we'll see. But I think we all can agree we want our guy Milano to be back, ready to roll. We want him to be back. So we'll see how that plays out. So when looking at this game, that to me was stood out. That was that's kind of bad. I wish we could be better in that aspect, and we'll go from there. Now, this ain't bad, but I do have to mention it. By the way, I got Mario Demita says Milano was a safety. He bulked up and played linebacker. Too much muscle to his frame. No, I'm not going to say that. It's not about too much muscle to frame because he's done excellent. He's transitioned excellent from safety to linebacker. Nah, we can't say too much muscle on his frame. No. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's what stood out to me. And I mean, the offense did so well that it kind of overshadows what the defense did because the offense was just on the money. And it just seems like we're such an unstoppable team. And us being flexed into the 4:30 game, I assume the NFL wants to see the Bills, break a record yet again to be 9 straight games of 30-plus points or more. Sometimes, I don't know about y'all, but like, because we've been at one point conditioned to just accept the Bills having a lead and losing a lead. You know what I mean? It looks like we're going to win and we don't. And like, just, I don't have to explain. You guys catch what I'm saying. But watching this team have such success and it doesn't seem like it's going to go away, bro, it's surreal a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It's surreal. You watching this and you're like, golly, that's the Bills? We have been wanting this for so long. And we're absolutely getting it. And I feel like, are we really soaking it in? But is the Bills fan in us saying, all right, let's just chill because we still got to face some teams in the playoffs? That's what it makes me kind of sit there and wonder. Does it make you feel? I don't know about y'all, but does it make you feel that way? Because sometimes it does make me kind of like, yo, this is too good to be true. That's what it feels like. But we'll see. Anyway, let me get into a few other things, and then we can get into some of the games that are going to come down. Obviously, some moves that we made today. Excuse me, and rolling into some of the key things that we loved in this game. All right. So that being said, we did make some moves today. Casey Toohill, y'all remember Casey Toohill? So we made some headlines, and hold on, see. Let me get my notes out. Folks. It's necessary. Gots to. There we go. All right. So the Bills made some moves today. So we gotta shuffle some things around, and I want to know how y'all feel about some of the things that we got going into this Patriots game. This ain't going to be easy one. I say this because we're facing teams. I don't know about y'all, but I find like Bills, we have to these Bills, they must understand that we're going to get everybody's freaking best. Everybody's best. I don't care how you want to slice it. We're going to get everybody's best. So to go into potentially this game, to think, we just going to wax this team and be done with them. Bro, the Patriots are going, it's a division game on top of that, 3 back-to-back division games. We're going to get their very best. So we've got to do everything in our power to make sure that, A, we stay healthy and we absolutely put it on the Patriots. We have to. Because there are times where we're sitting there and we play down. How often have we played down to the competition? We're like, why is this team still around? Why are they still like, why are we not putting this team away? How often does that happen to us where we're like, come on, man, we got to be better than that. We got to be better than that. How often have we seen that? Right? Oh, by the way, I just saw that Little Dirty just signed with the Miami Dolphins. I mean, we understand it. We do understand it. I get it. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, the team got rid of OBJ, so it's one of those situations where it is what it is. You do what you got to do. You do what you got to do. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. When you're going up against these Patriots, we can't take them lightly because they're going to give us everything. Because we're the let's see how we stack up against this team. Yo, these boys are they think they can just walk in and they won their division, the 5th straight division. They're gonna come in and wax us. Nah, we're gonna bring it to them. I hope it's not one of those moments that we sitting here going, how are the Patriots still doing this and still here? You hate to see it. You hate to see it. So we gotta make sure that we take care of these boys and handle them. Now, I don't want to talk too much. I'm gonna have my man Carl Jones join me tomorrow, and we'll get into the Patriots and chat it up with them, and we'll go from there. All right. So let's get into it. The ugly. Here's the deal. I can't, other than what we saw on defense, I can't really say anything bad about the Bills. And I mean, this is the obvious. Dan Campbell making that call. Now, one can say I understand why Dan Campbell made that call. One can say it makes sense why he made that call. You're trying to give your team the ball back, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's true. And it's true. But at the start, and I'm beating this over a dead horse, and I'm going to get in and get out of this point. With your team down 10, if it were Sean McDermott to make that call, we would roast him. We would absolutely roast him. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't. You essentially gave the game to the Bills. How much would you be so pissed if we're in that same situation and you got Josh Allen on the sideline? You know what he can do, and you just say, nah, F that. Bro, we would lose it. We would absolutely have McDermott's head. And that, to me, is the thing that stands out to me when it comes to the ugliness. Dan Campbell making that decision in that juncture at that time. You hate to see it, but that's exactly what took place there. That man made that call, and here we are. It's tough. It is tough. Dan Campbell's got to wear that one. He's got to wear that one for his Detroit Lions. And right now, Detroit, they're in control. They got 3 more games. They're banged up. They may get Aiden Hutchinson back near the end of the season, maybe early into the playoffs. But your team was well into this game. Debbie said, yo, people want McDermott's neck, his head for less. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. My man Walter says, yo, we wouldn't roast McDermott because he would never make that decision. Campbell basically said he doesn't trust his defense. There's something we rarely see from McDermott, in my opinion. That is also true. He loves his defense, and he'll give his defense a shot. But that Dan Campbell took a shot. It didn't work out. It might be tough. My man Videsh says, yo, Detroit end up at the 5th seed. I mean, I think they're still a solid team. They still got that offense is still intact. Obviously, Montgomery going down does hurt, but they still got a damn good team, and they'll bounce back. And sometimes you need a loss like that to bring you back down to earth to get you going. So like that Rams loss could be a blessing in disguise for the Bills. Could be a blessing in disguise for the Bills that, okay, we were on a little run. We were on a little 5-game run. We got humbled, brought back down to earth, and away we go. So that was my good, the bad, the ugly. Let's get into the roster moves that the Bills made today. So activated from injury reserve is rookie Tylen Grable, big boy, versatile lineman, back onto the roster. Casey Toohill released. I mentioned that earlier. Casey Toohill released. Listen, Casey Toohill was an interesting signing to begin with at the beginning of the season. I didn't see anything to like write home about. I was like, okay, all right. When I saw him on the field, I was not impressed whatsoever. But it was I don't want to say a body, but it was a body. And until we can find someone to replace and put around and do all this, this is where he's at. So Casey Toohill released. We've also signed Jalen Virgil and Will Clapp back to the practice squad. We had to release them. Obviously, we made some moves. We have also released Cameron Klein and defensive tackle Branson Dean from the practice squad. So we had to make some moves. Some people were like, yo, we got rid of Toohill, but not Spector. I kind of like Spector. Actually, I like Spector. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to him. So those were our roster moves. Nothing too crazy. Just to kind of, shake things up, and guys are getting healthy. So the depth of the O-line gets better. You know what I'm saying? We bring in Virgil, a speed guy that, earned his way onto the roster. Now he's back on the practice squad. We'll clap back on the practice squad, and we keep it rolling. We just got to get better on defense. We're getting a little healthier, which is great. Obviously, getting Dwayne Smoot back was a big boost. You like to see that, and we'll keep it rolling. We got to keep it rolling. By the way, am I seeing what I'm seeing correctly? I saw you guys put in the chat, but I was like, nah, that can't be. Ain't no way. The Falcons bench, nah, they wouldn't do that to him, would they? Nah, they wouldn't do that to him, would they? The Falcons benched Kirk Cousins? Really? For Michael Penix? Was he that bad? Nah, he didn't do it. There's no way. Because I remember they asked him about it. He was like, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see. Yo, if that happens, that would be something. Now, I will say, though, I think a lot of people are looking forward to Michael Penix, but you paid $100 million to Kirk Cousins off an Achilles, and you're about to bench potentially. That would be something. That would be something. By the way, my man said, yo, it's all about the Bills, but run that damn sweater right there. You know what time it is, man. Walter, what's up? Walter says, yo, I respect the call, and honestly, I think it wasn't as dumb as people say. They have a great special teams unit, and we have one of the worst. And as we showed the week prior, we're prone to error. But here's the deal. There are moments. Special teams is one thing. I got to say, special teams is one thing, but you have a 7% chance to get to retrieve an onside kick, and it's not by surprise. And what I mean by that is you got to announce it. You got to tell them, oh, by the way, we're doing an onside kick because we're down 2 scores and it's the fourth quarter. We're going for it. We're going to kick it. You've given these guys time to do it. So, like, you understand it, yes, but also understand your odds. You chose a 7% odd, the 7% odds, instead of trusting your defense. You know your defense was cooked. So you trusted 7% odds. I mean, dude, just go back and look at the Raiders and Chiefs game. The Chiefs were driving, absolutely driving to end and put a loss in the column for the Chiefs. And then a botch snap happened. Game. There it is. So you chose 7% chance over Josh Allen potentially maybe fumbling, or Josh Allen bad snap, or something happens. You chose 7%. I don't know, bro. So, yes, I can understand why people say, hey, yo, that's dumb. But I also understand he knew what he was dealing with. I'll take my chances with my defense than a 7% chance, unless it's desperation, not 12 minutes. Yee, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Yeah, how to get going, how to sell someone on that? I don't know, bro. I don't know about all that. I do not know about all that, but we'll see. So, folks, before this was just an hour show. Before I get out of here, just wanted to touch on recapping of that game, and really at the end of the day, I got to put it this way: when looking at the overall performance from this team, does it scream championship team to you? That's a real question. Are the Bills a championship team? I believe we are. Only because of the landscape that the NFL is right now. It's all about offense. Let's be real clear. It's all about offense. And you've heard it before. You've got to score more than the other team. That's just what it is. And sometimes a great offense can aid a flawed and not so great defense. And I think we have a very good defense. It's crazy to me. You wouldn't know it if you looked at the two last games. But at one point, we were considered a top 10 defense, the way we were keeping teams at bay in passing, keeping teams at bay in scoring. But these last two games have put everything out of whack. Woo! Way out of whack. And what's crazy is, like, we're a very good red zone defense team. We let the Lions go 5 for 5. The Lions are a very good third down defensive team. And we were just dotting these guys left, right, center. It's just one of those games. It's just one of those games. By the way, there's also the element of time. You punt, and in addition to the Bills scoring, they're draining the clock. The Bills are going to score. I think the Bills are going to score. You rather happen quick, all depending on how the Bills want to do it. But I also get that if the Bills, I understand. I understand that point too. I really do. But like at that moment, at that time, and that happens, golly, man, that's craziness. By the way, super chat coming in from a man 445 block. He says, "Yo, further secures Allen as MVP. Got to showcase him more." I mean, how much more can you showcase the man? That boy is just nice. He's nice all day. He's nice all day. You got to give it to him. You got to give it. So as we get to the bottom of this hour and nearly done the show here, it makes me always ask that question: is this a championship team? And once we get to the playoffs, you always say, "Hey, man, you got to have two things when you get to the playoffs. You better have a run game, and you better have a defense. You better have a defense that can stop the run." It's what it is. And everybody's run game decides to get a little tougher and a little harsher. So one thing that I do want to touch base on is this playoff bracket has shifted just a little bit. I'm going to see if I can get the playoff odds up to kind of give you an idea of what it would look like if the playoffs were to start today. Give me a moment while I kind of get these things popping here. Oh, there it goes. Hold on, folks. There it goes. The playoff machine. All right. So let me share my screen to you fine folk to give you an idea of what it would look like if the playoffs were to start today. Let me see if you guys can see my screen here. Boom. There it is. There's my screen. If you guys can see it. Wonderful. All right. Let's get it rolling here. So right now, if the playoffs will start today, the Bills would be the second seed. Obviously, this is the Kansas City Chiefs are the first seed. They got 3 tough games upcoming. So this 13-1 could absolutely change. All right. The 8-6 Chargers. These Chargers, man, they continue to be just an odd squad. Don't they? Am I tripping? They continue to be just a team that just like, what are y'all doing? Like, you think they got it in the bag and they fumble it yet again. Like, I'll never understand what's going on with these boys. So here we are looking at these Chargers. There we go. I just want to get that screen up here. Here we are looking at these Chargers. That's a 7 seed. If this were to be the case and this plays out the way we needed to, I am mad at it. First seed would be lovely jubbly. But that wouldn't be so bad either. Because the way these boys have been playing, it's too inconsistent. And it starts with their damn quarterback. I don't get it. All that money they paid that brother, and he's just all right. Anyway, you got Denver and Pittsburgh. That would be an interesting matchup. And then Houston and Baltimore. Wouldn't that be something? You go to the NFC side. Detroit's obviously still number 1 seed. But you got Philly barreling down on these boys at 12-2. And look at the Minnesota Vikings down here in the 5th seed at 12-2. Isn't that something? So Philly and Washington, divisional game yet again. You never know what can happen with these things. Green Bay, Tampa, that would be an interesting one. And you got the Rams. Look at the Rams, man. Rams at 8-6 against the Minnesota Vikings. how things can absolutely change. The Dolphins had every opportunity. What the F is up with these Dolphins, bro? All they had to do was beat us to get in the playoffs last year. Just beat us. No dice. This year, all you got to do is try to scrape a couple wins and get yourself a 7th seed. Can't even do that. And now they're done. Now, most folks are saying, they might still be in it. They're kind of, you never know. But we'll see. So right now, the playoffs were to start today. That's how it starts. Now, I do want to see something here. Let's go to week 16. So I think the Broncos beat the Chargers. This one here, I'm not. That's a good one. These boys are playing good ball right now. You don't know if Pat Mahomes is going to play it. Let me give Kansas City the loss here. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. Ooh, that's going to be a good one too, right? For the sake of what's going on right now, and that's a tough one. I don't know how y'all feel about this one. Let me say Baltimore wins this one. Let's just say they win it, right? LA Ram beat the Jets. Philly, you might get a rematch in the playoffs. Let's say Philly beats Washington. Let's go Falcons beat the Giants. Let's go the Cardinals beat the Panthers. Bengals beat them. It doesn't matter. Let's go Colts. The Titans are absolutely sorry. Lions will crush the Bears as they should. Vikings are on a roll. Let's go Bills beat the. You know what I mean? You guys see what I'm doing here, right? Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's go Mac Jones doing it. The Raiders are sorry as well. This game right here. I don't even know what to do with this one. San Fran and Miami. Let's give Miami some love. Let's say Miami gets this one. Tampa they take down the Dallas, but Dallas has been playing good ball as of late. So who knows? They're trying to push for it. So this will be a tough game as well. And then Green Bay takes down these boys. All right. You got this will be interesting. Baltimore be facing this team right here. So Baltimore, Pittsburgh, you got Denver, Houston, and it still remains Bills and Chargers. All right, let's roll. Week 17, Kansas City and the Chiefs. Does Pat Mahomes return? He's got a mild ankle sprain. So what do you do with that? My man said, yo, the simulator is way more fun when you're not in the hunt. Isn't it ever? You're like, oh, do we need this team to lose it, that team to lose it? We got to move these things around. Nah, bro. We're not in that, man. We sitting here comfortably, potentially pushing for the number one spot. So let's keep it rolling, right? Let's keep it rolling, folks. So let's just say Pat Mahomes does return. I like Kansas City's defense still. But let's just say he's not there. What are the odds that if he doesn't return, Carson Wentz is absolutely killing the game? I could totally see that happen. Of course, for the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs to win this one. Just because I think Pat Mahomes comes back and he's like, yo, I ain't trying to go division round. I ain't trying to do all that. I want me my bye, right? I say, Baltimore, Houston. Golly, that's a good one too. Yo, give me Houston. Give me Houston. Nah, you know what? Can't. Give me the Ravens here. I like the Ravens. Give me the Ravens. Give me the Seahawks. Give me the Chargers to beat the Patriots. Give me, this is a good one. I like what the Bengals have been doing. It's just too little too late. I don't think that AFC North is just way too tough. Give me the Bengals to just Jamar Chase. Now he just collect right now at this point. What Jamar Chase is doing is collecting money. He's just collecting funds. I'm just gonna kill it. Like he had an opportunity when the Bengals were up. Hey man, just take a slide and call it a day. And he was like, nah, bro, I ain't doing it. I wanted to score. I just want to score. I ain't gonna lie. I want to score. So he's just pocketing every stat he's putting up. Dollar signs are going up. Dollar signs. So who you guys got in this one? Are you guys with me? You said the Bengals? I think the Bengals may have this one. Who cares in this game? Give me the Rams. Give me the Bills to beat the Jets, although the Jets are going to try to prove something heavy. They're going to try to prove something heavy, but the Bills are at home. We're going to handle them. Adverse weather is I'm sure is going to be coming this way, and they'll probably flex the game. So that'll be interesting. Here we go. Jacksonville over Tennessee. They're sorry. Give me the Bucks. Give me, this is a good one. This is a toss-up. Just cause. Give me the Vikings. Give me the Saints. Doesn't really matter who. Give me the Colts. They should win this game. Jameis Winston. Give me the Dolphins just to make it interesting. Give me the Dolphins. Give me the Eagles give me the Eagles. Give me who's starting, Kirk Cousins or Michael Penix. Give me Washington. And then give me Detroit over San Fran. All right. Does anything change in the seeding? Bills, Chargers. Okay, now the Ravens are the 3 seed. They played Denver. And then you got Pittsburgh, Houston. All right. Now now things are getting interesting. Let's go to week 18. Week 18 in this B. All right, here we go. Houston. Give me the Falcons over the Panthers. Although this is a division game and my man's playing real good ball, but I'm going to give it to the Falcons just because they're fighting for a playoff spot. Why not? Give me the Bucks. Give me the Rams. I really like what the Rams are doing. They're going to scare a lot of teams in that. I think that's the scariest team in the NFC. That's just me. They're playing good ball right now. Although that last week was kind of buns. Give me the Bills over the Patriots. Now, at this point, I mean, what do we have to lose? Are we still going for the number 1 seed? Probably. Because right now, the Kansas City Chiefs are 14-2. Bills are 14-3 at this point. So this game will matter. Give me the Bills because they want that number 1 seed. Why not go for it? We're on the road. Let's go to Foxborough and let's handle some business, right? Toss up. Give me I'll put the Dolphins to win this game because I just want to make it interesting for them, right? Browns and Ravens. Ravens need this win. They're going to take it. Pittsburgh takes this. Colts, Chiefs, Broncos. What do y'all feel about this? But at this point, Pat Mahomes should be back, right? If he didn't come back the week before, he should be back that week. Does Sean Payton shock the world and take down the Chiefs? Could it be? Could it? Broncos at home? I don't know, man. I do not know. The Chiefs on the road. Let's just say for fun. All right? No, we'll go the Chiefs lose this one. All right? Chargers win. Dallas takes on who cares, right? Eagles. Let's go Vikings beat the Lions. And you got Green Bay that takes down the Bears, and you got San Fran that takes on Cardinals. Let's go. Bills win out. The Chiefs lose 2 of 3. The Bills get the 1 seed. They face the Chargers. We wait for the Chargers. Obviously, whoever wins this game, it gets reseeded. So we could end up playing the Houston Texans. Let's just say these 3 teams all win. So Houston yet again. And that would be a big payback to the Houston Texans, would it not? We get the Houston Texans again and say that game was a fluke. You guys ain't about to do the same shit to us again. Run it back. Run it back. Arrowhead is in the building right now. Arrowhead, what do you think, man? Broncos will be resting players, you think? You think so? He says Broncos will be resting players. So if Broncos are resting players, they're out with, but it's a pride thing. Don't forget, it's a pride thing. That's a division game. They want to be able to take on why would they rest players? For what reason? I mean, it's a pride thing. Nah, you guys beat us the first time. We know we can beat you as a block punt, a block field goal. Nah, we want to run this back again, and we want to take you on. Last week at home, for our crowd. Nah, Sean Payton's prideful, man. I can't see them resting players just because. Breaking news: Mahomes is active on Saturday. Attended full practice today. Tuesday, Hollywood Brown was there as well. Golly, I'll tell you this, man. If that is the truth and that's factual, Pat Mahomes is a tough cat. That guy does not want to give up that first round. He doesn't want to give up the first round bye. He's like, I am playing. You will have to amputate my leg for me not to play. So that changes everything. So let's just say he is if he's playing this Saturday coming up, that means he'll be healthy, very healthy by this game. but it could be a toss-up. So we may end up being the second seed and fall to the second seed, and we take on the Denver Broncos. And once we reseed, we either take on the Baltimore Ravens or we take on, I mean, it's a toss-up. I can't see the Chargers beating the Ravens, so the Ravens go up. They'll play these boys here, and away we go. Hey, Vikings will take the bye. Washington, Philly, Green Bay, Bucks, Detroit, LA. Woo! Wouldn't that be something? This game down here, yo, you could be right. The Lions could fall to the 5th seed. Somebody said it earlier. The Lions could absolutely fall to the 5th seed and face the Rams. Wouldn't that be something? Holy. Golly, would that be something? All right, folks, this was fun. This was fun. We're going to do this every week. We're going to do this every week going forward. This is one of my favorite times of the year, near the end of the year, where we start kind of messing around and seeing where these Bills fall. It all depends on what happens with these Chiefs. The Bills obviously have to win out. It's very possible. And if the Bills win out, the Chiefs just can't lose one. Can't lose one. Can't. If you lose one, it's over. Actually, they're what, 15? They're 15-2 right now. Let me go back. Did I make them lose to a team? Because right now they've only got one loss. So yeah, likely they got the bye. We get the second seed, and we go from there. So we can't lose one. We got to go all out and win everything. And these boys these Chiefs cannot lose if they want to hold on to that. But they got 3 tough games: Houston, Denver, and I think it was who was the third matchup? Houston, Denver, and were the Kansas City Chiefs. Pittsburgh. Oh, that'll be something. That'll be something. All right, folks. If you guys appreciated the show, do me a favor, smash that like. If you guys enjoy the Buffalo Fanatics, smash that like once again. If you have not followed, follow the channel. Everything is here, www.bf, supportbf.com. All right? Everything is there. If you have not followed us on all social media platforms, do us a favor, do that. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you know them all. They're all TikTok. We on TikTok. We all at it, right? So go ahead and jump on that and help support the brand. And we shall go from there. So that being said, you guys have yourself a fantastic night. Hold on. My man Arrowhead said, if not KC, I want you guys to feel the joy of a Super Bowl. He says a Super Bowl, real talk. Rico ignored the tweet I tagged him in. Damn good content on for the podcast. What? Hold on. Let me see what you got, brother. I must have missed something. You know me. I can't. If someone send me some, I got to read it. Give me a sec, brother. Hold on now. Yo, which one did you hold on? Hold on, brother. Hold on. Yeah, tag. Hold on. Where'd you tag me at? Retag me, man. Retag me right this second. Retag me quick before I get out of here, bro. Retag a brother right now, right quick. By the way, all right, there you go. I see it. Let me see. Joe Brady was on an absolute play calling heater last night. Here are a few of my favorite. Are you talking about that one there with Dan Casey? Yeah, I see it. I see what you're talking about. You're talking about Joe Brady. You talking about Joe Brady, yeah? Yeah, listen, man. I talked about Joe Brady earlier in the show. Joe Brady was on one. He was absolutely on one, man. Some of the play calls that brother was making, he was absolutely dialed in. Bro, if Joe Brady is dialed all the way in from here on out, he listens to nothing but what's in the locker room. And him and Josh are like this. Bam. We're going to have to put up 40 points every game, and it's going to be hard to stop this offense. It won't matter what your defense does. And by the way, I saw the clips. The clips were nasty. The clips were nasty, man. Every last one of them. You know what? F it. Let me play a couple just for the sake of sharing. Because Joe Brady was calling some plays where you're like, fam, like, really? That was you? You did that? Let me play some for y'all right now. Hold on. Let me Exit this. Let me share my screen. I mean, since we're here, we might as well, right, folks? Since we're here, we might as well. Let me close this up real quick. Let me share my page, because there were some play calls where you're like, fam, that is unbelievable. And like, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do but just enjoy the ride, and away we go. So this one here. Oh, this is the one where Buddy leaks out. Fake that. Cut through. You're in trouble, linebacker. Gotcha. I'm out of here. Beautiful ball, on the money, on the stride. Keep going. What a play. No question about it. I forgot they call it like a swooper. I forgot the name of it, but they would turn back around, got everybody all messed up. Linebacker's in trouble on an island. You're done. Let's move on to the next one. Check this out. Which one's this one? This one is the same side. This looks the same sort of bespoke run can. Oh, yes. I remember this one. Okay, check this out. Great run, by the way, by James Cook, if you guys can see it. Behind, linebackers are in trouble. They're like, yo, what? I'm going to move up. Oh, here he is. Great cut, right inside. Split that seam, away you go. Love it. James Cook, man. James Cook is getting better. He's got 13 touchdowns so far. 13 rushing touchdowns this year. You would have never thought. His play has been so quiet, but so deadly at the same time. Let's go. Let's keep it rolling. Look how easy this is. I remember watching this play. I was like, yo, he had 2 lanes. He had one the B gap and one on the outside. Look at this. He had 2 lanes. Boom. You got that seal here. All he does, if he wanted to, he could have cut up here, but everything was such in line. It didn't matter. I'm either in here or I'm out. Josh is too athletic, man. I'm out. And look at that. And you have a pulling guard. You know who that is. Run it back. Run that thing back. Look at Deion Dawkins. Deion Dawkins is looking for garbage. Yo, bro, try me. I'm coming around. Try me. There it is. You ain't nobody coming. Ain't nobody coming to deal with me. Try me if you want to. Let's keep it rolling. I appreciate that, Drippy. Drippy came through and said, yo, share these clips. Here we go. What was this one here? This one here was this is the 4-strong dagger is what they call it, with a lead swing. Tight end breaks off the seam read versus the cover one and runs to space. I think this is the Dawson Knox play. Was it not? Let's find out. Got that boy following. Okay, you found out that his man. Don't forget, Lions play 40% man. 40% man. Look at the time. Isn't that pretty? Let's run that play back. Yeah, I think it was Dawson Knox. I remember because this guy, like, he will. I think this is Dawson right here. You can just tell where Dawson is. What a pretty play. Everybody's following where my man goes. Cut through. There goes Dawson. Was that Jack Campbell? You're not athletic enough, Jack. You're a thumper. Jack. You're not a cover linebacker, bro. You're not a cover linebacker. Or nasty that way. That's tough. That's tough to cover. When Joe Brady's in this game, man, he's in his game. Oof. Can't go wrong with that. Let's move on to the next play. Let's move on. So we got this empty bunch with the RB starter wheel. Oof. This is the one to Ty Johnson. Yes, it was. Look how pretty this is. Empty. There goes Ty. Who's that in position? Is that Jack Campbell again? That can't be. No. Maybe it is. Ugh. Dude, the linebackers got exposed, man. The linebackers got exposed. Man, oh man, oh man. Whatever or whoever figured out that this is the issue, that's how you exploit these boys. Get these LBs in space and let my running backs do it. All right, here we go. This is the bash play. QB tackle long trap. Let's go. Let's see how pretty this is. Pretty. Too easy. This is what I love about ball is when you're a balanced offense, and you're just rolling, there's not a whole lot teams can do. You're so balanced. They're like, yo, is he running? Is he passing? Is he like, I'm stuck in my spot, man. Can't do anything. Let's go to this one. This is the flip RB for the same side on the other side. Check this out. All right. Linebacker is like, all right, man, what's going on? It's kind of interesting to see what defenses do, right? So everybody's like, all right, let me see what's going on. Are we playing man again? Because we play 40% man. Let's see. All right. My man's like, all right, here we go. He's on the other side. Look at Spencer Brown coming through. So pretty. So pretty, Spencer. Bang. Cut through. So pretty. Buddy, I'll tell you, man, as a linebacker, you got a 6'8", 310-pound man full speed coming around the corner. I hate to be you. Here we go. Number 8. We got a tackle long trap out of the spread, 4 wide. Watch Dion Dawkins capture the edge defender who's sticking to the B gap. All right. So my man's just trying to stay disciplined, and Dion don't care. So where's Dion? Dion's right here. Here we go. Boom. Seal him inside. That was an easy block. Let me pull my man's hair. Yikes. My man got his hair pulled. I'm still in the end zone. But that was an easy block for Dion. Dion didn't have to do much. Yo, seal my man in. I'm out of here. Boom. There goes Spencer Brown. It's over with, man. Golly, the O-line is playing ball. These boys are playing real ball. Listen, 9. Same side tackle dart to a massive B gap. Dion Dawkins is the master of creating space with his splits, and it's incredible. Let's watch Dion Dawkins do some work. All right, Dion Dawkins, 73. His splits are wide, though. But he can do that because this boy, look at this. Look at the calves on this man, first and foremost. I've seen this man face to face. Huge hands, massive calves. All right. So my man has a white ass split. Here we go. Get on my man's long arms. Too easy. Too easy. There goes James Cook. There goes James Cook. Isn't that lovely? But this is what I love the most. This double team right here. McGovern and Edwards. Double team at the point. There goes the pull from my man. You love it. This is lovely. Golly, look at that. Just find trouble. Look at 79. Look at Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown, man. That's great. Look at 79 right here. All right. So obviously Dion with the wide split. He handles him. He's out of there. Right. Then you got the double right here. Boom. Then you gotta kick this man outside, seal in, get your butt inside. Here comes Spencer Brown. Oh, I like that. Fine garbage. He could have went up here, but then linebacker scraping. So he scrapes. Here we go. You scrape into the double, and then Edwards jumps in there. Buddy! Here it is. You love to see it. You love to see it. Oh, I like that play. I like that play a lot. Holy, man. This is craziness, bro. Yo, Drippy, I appreciate you making me share this, man, because I was fascinated watching this on my own. But to share it with y'all and see it with its nuances, I like this play a lot. Look at my man in there. Get your hands in there, Dot. There you go, Dawson. All right, I think there's one last one. There we go. Actually, there's a few more. So this one here is the wing T counter. Tubby Raymond. Is this the shovel pass? I think this was the shovel pass. Yeah, it was. So funny story. I mean, you guys already saw it. Do you want a pass or a handoff? He said, yo, give me the pass, bro. Boom. Too easy. This is when you're starting to have fun. Shovel pass? I don't remember the last time we did a shovel pass. I cannot remember the last time we did a shovel pass. That's when you know we're having fun. Joe Brady's like, yo, all this talk about Ben Johnson this and Ben Johnson that. Yo, you don't think I got something in my bag? Let me show you. All right, what's this one here? Is this the Ray Davis? Yeah, this is the Ray Davis. This is just beat you to the point. Beat you to the point. I just got to be faster than you. And I got to get to where I need to get to. Simple as that. Nothing crazy. Beat you to it. Boom. Roll out. It's over with. Now, it's unfortunate because Buddy tripped over his buddy. I don't know how. He's all effed up. He's like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And then, boop, falls. That's what happens when you just do motion all day long. Everybody's like, yo, who got him? Who got him? Who got him? Decoy. I'm not even going that guy's way. It's just a decoy, my guy. Boom. Beat you to it. Good catch. Ray Davis. Money. All right. Geez, how many more plays are there? Golly, there's a whole bunch. I'm not going to sit here and do them all, but I'm going to tell you this. Unbelievable. Fake tackle, long trap, delay. Now, I will say, I got to play this one. I got one play that I got to show you that I loved. But look at this one. This is the Dawson Knox finger. Just got the finger on the ball. Play action, roll right. I don't get it. You know Josh loves rolling right. Yet they allow him to do that. He is dangerous. And what a play this was. What a play this was. Concentration. I'm telling you, man, he's 6 foot. He's 6'2". He ain't catching that. You got to love it. The one play that I do want to, that's it. There's the one play that was that third down play, but they didn't have it there. But here's a pull and pull. And then you got my man. Listen, too easy, man. Too easy. Look at, this is the crazy part. Okay, pin and pull. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, boom. Hat on hat, right? Look at Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown's like, all right, well, I got nobody to try to. Look. Y'all seeing this? Look at this mess. No. Look at 13 Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins, this brother's blocking 2 cats. You're kidding me. Bro, he's blocking 2 dudes. 2 dudes. Nah, y'all ain't seeing that, man. Mac Hollins is blocking 2 dudes. Yo, big shout out to Mac. Yo, look at Mac blocking 2 cats. Spencer Brown's like, yo, leave some for me, man. Leave some for me. I would have really appreciated if Spencer Brown didn't wait so long. He's still looking for it. Yo, get up there, man. Because you would have led the way. You would have led the way for Josh, and Josh would have probably walked in the end zone for 5 touchdowns that game. But the fact that Mac Hollins has got 2 guys, he's like, yo, I guess I'll take somebody. Mac Hollins, ladies and gentlemen. Mac freaking Hollins. You're kidding me. Wow. Anyway. That is something. Good job, Mac Hollins. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys appreciate, listen, Drippy, salute to you. I appreciate that, man. Love the fact that you're like, yo, man, just let me retag you and hit that. And Bill I Am, you're so right. So many people were sitting here like, yo, man, let's get Jack Campbell. And it would have been a sexy pick. It would have been. Because we needed a thumper, nasty linebacker. But listen, Bernard is doing just fine. Bernard is doing just fine. But man, yo, Drippy, salute my G. Let me give you one of these. Let me give you one of these, man. You deserve that one. Because you took me back. Like, I enjoyed watching it the first time. I enjoyed it even more watching the second time. I can totally understand why people love watching film. I can totally understand where they can sit there and do it for hours to see what went wrong, what went right, all that stuff. That was fun. I can sit there and do it for hours. I can see it. It can be boring for some if they don't know what's going on. But if you have decent commentary in the back, makes it fun. Anyway, folks, another 15, 20 minutes on the clock. I appreciate y'all nonetheless. So, folks, y'all have a great night. That's my time. I'll let you guys get to your evening, and we'll see you back tomorrow evening when we do a top 10. Will the Bills be back on top of the top 10, or does it belong to the Kansas City Chiefs? Or is it Philly? Or are the Bills back on top? You guys let me know. You guys have yourself a fantastic rest of the evening, and we'll catch you guys. Y'all enjoy yourself. Be easy. Your boy Rico. And we'll catch you on the clip. Peace. Can't get out of here. Can't get out of here just yet. Signify knows. Gotta give you some respect because that super chat can't do it for you. Let me sit there and read that super chat for you real quick, my G. Can't disrespect my guy like that. He says, hey, Tara Pagula met with the Sabres in Montreal amid a 10-game losing skid. Told them he believes in them, that no trades or firings are coming. They're getting smoked 6-1 by the Canadians. Hey, go Bills. Go Bills, go Sabres, if you will. If you will, go Sabres. All right, guys, you guys have a great night.